Circleville letters. In 1976, the small town of Circleville, Ohio, became the center of an intriguing set of hateful and anonymous letters. The letters were written in block form and postmarked from Columbus, Ohio. They were vindictive in tone and contained many of the residents' personal secrets. One of the recipients was Mary Gillespie, a school bus driver. The first letter she received contained an accusation that she had been having an affair with the school superintendent. She kept the letter from her husband, afraid it would upset him. However, the letters kept coming, and it became more menacing and threatening. The succeeding letters read, "I know where you live. I've been observing your house and know you have children. This is no joke. Please take it serious." Soon enough, Mary's husband Ron also started receiving his own letters as rumors of the affair began to spread around town. This one read, "Gillespie, you have had 2 weeks and done nothing. Make her admit the truth and inform the school board. If not, I will broadcast it on CBS, posters, signs, and billboards until the truth comes out." Troubled, Ron and Mary gathered their family members, which included Ron's sister and her husband Paul, to try and figure out who the suspect could be. There were no letters for some time, but on August 19, 1977, Ron received a phone call that infuriated him so much that he stormed out of the house armed with a gun. Had he been told the identity of the letter writer and was heading out for revenge? We'll never know, because later that day Ron was found dead. He had been ran off the road and died as a result. His gun was with him and it had been fired once. Initially, the sheriff agreed there was foul play involved, but later on changed his mind. After Ron's death, both Mary and the superintendent admitted to the affair, although they claim it began after the letters started. Mary continued being a bus driver, and one time on her route, she saw a sign harassing her. Upset, she stopped her bus and tried to tear down the sign, but it was booby-trapped and meant to fire a gun. Luckily for her, it didn't fire. Although the serial number was scratched off the gun, the police managed to obtain it and traced it back to its owner. To their surprise, it was registered to Paul Freshour, Mary's former brother-in-law. Paul denied being the Circleville writer, but he was sentenced to 7 to 25 years in prison. Everyone was happy that the letters would stop, and with Paul in solitary confinement, they knew they would. The problem is, they didn't. Everyone still kept receiving the letters, and even Paul himself got his own Circleville letter that read, "Now when are you going to believe you aren't going to get out of there? I told you 2 years ago, when we set them up, they stay set up. Don't you listen at all?" When it was clear it wasn't Paul sending the letters, he was paroled in May 1994. He continued to maintain his innocence until his death in 2012, and even now, no one knows the real identity of the Circleville writer.